Son of a bitch, you.
And now, welcome to the Great Cigar and Pipe Show. Presented by Hiram and Solomon Cigars, the Oliva Cigar family, and the J.C. Newman Cigar Company. Coming to you live from the Corona Cigar Company studios.
And good evening, world.
Exactly.
It is a big world. It's a Perdomo world. It's the army out there. Hey, guys, welcome. We got a great guest, as you know, Nick Perdomo himself. And tonight's show is going to be moving real fast because he's a mover. He's a groover. You know, the guy doesn't slow down. So if you don't slow down, we can't slow down. So we're going to, we're going to bombard him with questions and keep going.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's no time wasting here tonight, guys. So we're going to get right in the show, and we're going to ask you all to please hit the share button. All right, let's get Nick out there. Everybody knows Nick, but let's get those who don't know him and show them what this show is all about. And let's enjoy. It's going to be a hot smoking one. We just to let us know who we are for all you newbies out there. And I see some newbies. I'm Ronnie Pecorini. The single guy down below there in Tampa is Kyle Jesso.
Or above you. All
right. Okay, the guy above me in the south, Kyle Jesso.
Good evening, everyone. How you doing?
And the two man down there, my brother, retired Bob.
Welcome back, folks.
There you go. And the one, the only, the chooch master himself, cousin Frank.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
He's Italian. You get it with the hand? Hello. There you go.
Green Street thing.
No, I'm. You know what I love about the internet is finding great pieces that I could play, because this introduction, I think, to Nick is better than any introduction that any of us.
I would agree. I mean, none of us could.
Without further ado,
hold on, one real quick, Frank. Let me put this out there really quick for everyone because we're moving really fast. So I'm going to put the hashtag out for tonight for the winner. So if everyone sees this is your hashtag for tonight's winning. Hashtag Perdomo. Get that in. You got to be on Facebook, YouTube, and you have to stay to the very end. If we call your name and you're not here, we go on to the next one. Sorry, Charlie, but you're not winning. You got to be here.
Exactly. You got to be in it to win it and be here.
That's it. Now, moving right along.
Well, yes. I mean, again, we have to move fast tonight. Nick is quite busy, and he's done the honor of coming on our show for 1 hour. So we're not going to be our regular joester and stretch things out, and we're going to make things happen tonight. Let's go.
Ronnie's consuming energy.
I'm tired. I'm done.
The room is shrinking. Come on, Spike, play it.
Hey, Nick Perdomo from Perdomo Cigars. This is my office, and let me show you around. So a lot of people ask me all the time, Nick, I've been to your office, I see the pictures, tell me a little bit about it. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit about everything about my office and how special it is to me. I collect a lot of sports memorabilia, and I'm a big sports fan, and a lot of you guys know that I'm a drummer. So I'm going to show you a little bit of everything that I have in my office. And this is a place where literally I spend more time here than I do in my home outside of being on the road. So this is really kind of tailored to me. It's my mess, but it's what I love. And the first thing I want to show you is my wife Janine got me a beautiful Kiss machine. I'm a Kiss fan, and this is awesome. And some of you guys might be too young, but when I was a kid, pinball was the greatest thing. And this is a lot of sports memorabilia. You know, I have stuff from Willie Mays and, you know, Mickey Mantle and Ted Williams and a lot of great baseball players, Cal Ripken, that I was big fans of. I love sports. And in front of me, it's basically all the blue jerseys outside of LeBron James were game-worn jerseys when Miami beat Dallas in the championships. And the players were nice enough to give me some of these signed jerseys. So I'm a big Miami Heat fan. Bernie Kosar down there is a good friend of mine, and when Bernie was at the University of Miami, he gave me a jersey, which is really nice. Of course, people know I'm an Alabama fan. Joe Namath, Magic Johnson. So I got a lot of sports memorabilia. Something that's pretty cool here is some of the basketball players. Shaquille O'Neal gave me a pair of shoes that were signed, and I'm just going to show them to you. I mean, they're really big. So check this out. This is how big this shoe is. It almost literally covers my whole chest. These are size 23, and I asked Shaq why it didn't have an insert. He said because if he had the insert, his foot wouldn't fit in the shoes, which is pretty crazy. A lot of baseball stuff I have. Pete Rose, of course, again, I'm a big Alabama fan. Led Zeppelin, a lot of different stuff between music and everything that I got. A lot of guys give me challenge coins, for example, and, you know, being former military, the challenge coins are really important to me. You know, one of the things is you can see the decks here of challenge coins. So when you guys give them to me, and I tell you, I put them in my office, I really do. I actually have 4 of these cases in my den at home. And these are some of my pride and joys. This is my 1969 Ludwig drum set that my mom and dad bought me when I was a little kid. And there's a Polaroid picture there next to the Roberto Duran boxing glove that's signed, and that's me at 11 years old playing this drum set. So this is near and dear to my heart. This is also a very unique drum set. This wood comes from the state of Michigan, and it actually sits in these cold rivers that average about 35 degrees, so this wood becomes like petrified, and it's a real dense wood, and this is called timeless timber that Drumworks made. So this was my second big drum set that I had. Of course, I play congas and bongos, you know, being Latin, you like percussion and so on. And then right here in the front is what everybody talks about. This is my Perdomo Habano drum set that Pearl Drums was kind enough to make for me. What's great about this drum set, forget about all the massive amounts of drums and just the care that it took to make these beauties, but I even have a built-in cigar ashtray. Maybe later I'll hit them for you guys. And snare drum collection from some of the greatest drummers that I have a lot of respect for over here, whether it's Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Mike Mangini of Dream Theater, Jeff Hamilton, one of my favorite jazz and swing drummers, you know, Near Z. He gave me his snare when he won the Grammy for John Mayer's Room for Squares tour. It's good to be in the cigar business. You get to meet all these guys that really enjoy what you do, and I'm equally a fan of theirs too, which is really nice. And we get a lot of visitors that come in that want to see the office. So I thought it was important to show you the office and show you everything about it. People ask me, you know, when I come into the office, how do I start my day? Well, you'll notice there's a lot of pictures of my family, especially my wife and my children. Family, of course, is super important to me, and being a family-run business, believe it or not, a lot of our workers, to me, most of them have been with the company for over 20 years, and to me, they're like members of the family. So I start here early in the morning. First thing I do is I usually give a shout out to our factory managers and our GMs in Nicaragua and talk to them about what we're doing for the day, what we're doing for the quarter. And it's a continuous, perpetual evolution of stuff that's going on consistently, because when you make a cigar, it's nothing that you make for today. You're making it for 6 months from now, because by the time you make that cigar today, that cigar is not going to be sold for at least 7 to 8 months, because you're going to keep it in the aging rooms for at least 6 months. Then it's going to be distributed back to our warehouses here in Miami. So, you know, outside of the office, just to tell you a little bit about my day, and I think I got the greatest job in the world. We have a lot of employees. I enjoy them very much, and I love the cigar industry. And I just wanted to show you my office. I think it's pretty interesting. A lot of memorabilia, a lot of pictures of sports stars and the biggest stars in my life, which happen to be my wife and kids. So I'm going to call my son Nicholas. A lot of people ask me, hey, we should play drums, so why not play drums, right? So I'm going to give him a call if I can find his number, which I just did here. And Nicholas, why don't you come over? Okay. So I'm going to call my son. He really doesn't know it, but why don't we sit behind here and get on the drums. So this is a very unique drum set. It's you really can't miss when you hit here. So I know I got a weird request. This is my son Nicholas. Let's get on the drum set, which we normally don't do, and let's hit him a little bit for the guys. Okay, so he'll take that one. I'll take this one over here. And why don't you start off with some type of drum beat outside of the Purdy Shuffle, and let's play. So check this out. There's all these little drums that we can play. So there's all kinds of stuff here I can play with. All different types of sounds. Got my little ashtray here. Play something, Nicholas. Let's show him something. That was from the song Roxana, and that's called the Purdy Shuffle, and Jeff Beccaro played that, right? Rosanna, I'm sorry, what did I say?
My mother-in-law's name.
Oh, okay, Roxana. Well, I just saw Sting, so that got it. Good, but these drums just have such a great sound. So, this is my office. Hey, look, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please do me a big favor. If you could, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please like it, share it, give us your input. I really want to know what you guys want to talk about. And I just wanted to show you a little bit about my office. Don't forget to follow us on our YouTube page, but also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So thanks a lot, guys, and welcome to my office.
Man, is that some office? Holy cow!
Wow,
And
Beautiful set of
I was
drums,
waiting
man.
for the gong hit at the end. I wanted that gong hit at the end. Whoa.
I'll do it next time.
I got a question for you, Nick. Not who's your favorite, but who do you think was the greatest drummer?
In rock and roll, I would say it was John Bonham from Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Really?
And if it was a jazz drummer, it was definitely Buddy Rich.
There you
Yes.
go.
There
Buddy
you go.
Rich, no doubt about it. I think was the greatest drummer ever. Yeah.
I agree. I don't disagree.
Wow.
And you know, it was really good. Also, drummer Jerry Lewis. You ever see Jerry Lewis? He was a
No.
fabulous drum player. Yes.
And I bet you, how about this? Who was an amazing female drummer and singer? Nick.
Karen Carpenter, the best.
That's right. The best. The best. She had chops on the drums.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Interesting.
Let me tell you, just thinking about her voice brings tears to my eyes. She was an incredible singer. My God.
I agree. I agree. I mean, her voice was angelic and pure. The purity in her voice. Amazing.
She was amazing.
I guess we have to talk about cigars.
Yeah.
I know.
I think that's everybody jumped on board. They want to hear, but
I mean,
I think everybody appreciated that opening, Frank.
I think so.
I mean, people are really raving about it.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 100 comments already.
Well, I mean, for a man who needs no introduction, that was the greatest introduction for
I
him.
know,
It really
right?
was.
That was touching. That was.
It was a great job. I mean, so Nick, tell us a little bit about, I mean, obviously, 2 years back, you celebrated your 30th anniversary. Congratulations. I mean, for us, I know for myself, I started smoking cigars in the 90s, probably right before the big boom. So I remember your cigar line coming out. And I think you are one of the few cigar companies that were literally boutique at the time to survive that. Because remember, big boom, 90s, late 90s, and then there was a lull in the business. So you had to survive the lull. So tell us about that journey.
Yeah, that was a tough journey because when I got in the industry, it was a rough time. I got in the early 90s. And we just kept working. I was getting kicked in the face by my competition because I was a small guy. They certainly didn't want to help me, but that's okay. If it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, right? So,
Right.
yeah, we just kept growing, methodically, little by little. Moved to Esteli, Nicaragua in the 1994. Nobody did anything in Nicaragua back then. I remember when I first moved there, the only factories were Lou Rothman had a factory called Natsa, which is still there. And then you had Hoya in Nicaragua that was owned by different owners at the time, and then it was us, and it was a small little town, and it was really downridden to say the least. I'd always ask my dad, "What are we doing here?" And he'd always point to the ground. He said, "Look at these grounds. The American smoker is going to absolutely love the cigars we're going to produce in this country," and he was right. So that's how we started. It wasn't easy, that's for sure.
Did Lou assist you in any way? I mean, because he was the major player at the time, and probably still is. J&R Cigars is huge.
Yeah, I mean, he bought cigars from me in the beginning, and then I had to stop selling him the cigars because they were deeply discounted. It was hurting me with the cigar retailers. And then we came to accord again, and we have a really good relationship, and we did a lot of business throughout the years. He's been gone for quite a while, but the company still stays.
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
It was a tough period for
sure. No, it was. I mean, you think about it. So you were in Nicaragua really before Nicaragua became the go-to. I'll say it.
Before it was on the map, really.
Right.
Oh yeah.
The tobacco was so rich. It was something totally different. Everybody was making cigars with Dominican filler and Connecticut shade wrappers, and I think we were pretty innovative when we came out with the brand called Perdomo Reserve Champagne.
Really. I mean,
that really put us on the map, and that was a unique cigar. Nicaraguan fillers, nobody did that with the Connecticut shade wrapper. I was laughed at, and I always tell people it's such a great seller. Put both of my kids through college. You know how much college tuition is. It did pretty darn well.
Yeah.
Stronger than ever. Almost 24 years. In the industry, and it's a brand that just keeps climbing. It's a really delicious cigar, and I'm glad our consumers out there all around the world really enjoy it. It's sold in 57 different countries around the world, and the brand just keeps expanding. So we're very proud of that, and we're proud our workforce has really done a great job in general, and we're proud of that brand.
Well, you really built a fantastic team around you. I know several of your sales reps and all, and you really put together a wonderful team that you can see that they have a passion to be there. They love working for you and your company, and they certainly are hitting the road hard and help building your name and cigars all out there throughout the states.
Yeah, we have a phenomenal sales team. I was bestowed with a big honor this weekend at the New England Tobacco Expo with the Cigar Hall of Fame, and thank you. And one of the things I always say is the greatest asset of Perdomo Cigars is certainly not me. It's our workforce, not only here in the United States with the great sales team we have and the great office staff that I have in Miami, but also the great employees we have in Nicaragua. And I've been lucky. The average worker's been with me almost 21 years. I was just talking to our VP, Arthur Kemper, just celebrate 25 years in the industry. You're as good as your people. When you have a consistency in people, I think that's where you build a consistent product, and we're known for that, for our consistency and our quality, and I attribute that to our workforce, no doubt about it.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I know
Soldiers are important. They're the boots on the ground. They're the people who are going to push you, and make the company, plain and simple.
Yep.
Absolutely. The same thing with the store clerks that work behind those counters that promoted our brands. These brands don't just build themselves. They build themselves on the back of the great sales team that we've been blessed to have for a lot of years. And also a lot of those great retailers out there that pushed our brands. Look, I go into a cigar shop and say, hey, anything you recommend? If a guy says, I recommend Shithead Cigars, whatever the brand's called, I'm going to smoke it. And this is what I do for a living. So I'm cognizant that the consumer feels the same way. So I told my son, I always tell him this. I tell all my staff, the only thing I care about is that people can go in that Perdomo section. I want those retailers to feel confident in selling our brands, known for their quality. And I also want the consumer to say, I never had a bad Perdomo. And that's what makes me proud. And that's what I work for every day of the week for that.
So we've got
your name's on it.
We've got Hawaii checking in. We've got Sean. He's like, I'm in Hawaii, and it's real hard to get Perdomos in the shops here. Usually only carry tenths. I wish we had a better selection. Is there any way of changing that for the folks in Hawaii?
Well, the 90% tobacco tax that they have out there is really what kills it. We'd love to do more business in every state, including Hawaii, and I thank him for writing me. I mean, mail order is probably the best thing for these guys far away. And it's just such a long distance. You can imagine I could fly to Vienna, Austria from Miami. It takes me 10 hours and 45 minutes. If I fly to Honolulu from Miami, forget the stopovers. There used to be a direct flight at one time, and it was 12 hours and like 53 minutes. It's a far destination, but it's part of the United States. I wish we could do more business there, but the taxes and the regulations there with their politics in Hawaii make it very tough for cigars to be sold there. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I thank the gentleman for that.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, and that's the toughest part. Now, distribution in Europe and Asia, how is that going?
It's going fantastic. The Cubans had a shortage, and then they were selling all the cigars to the Chinese and charging ridiculous prices, $300, $400, $500 for one single cigar. And what it did, it opened up the opportunity for great cigar makers in Nicaragua, especially, to sell cigars there. And the European community and the Asian community, for that matter, they started seeing cigars that actually drew, cigars that actually burnt well, and actually cigars that tasted consistent, which they haven't really witnessed that in decades. And I think they fell in love with a lot of our cigars. I was just in London last year, J.J. Fox. I dreamt that I would sell cigars in J.J. Fox's, for example, in London. And I did an event there, and I had to pinch myself how blessed I am that I could be able to sell these stores that have been around for generations and generations. So I'm proud, and I'm very happy that people really enjoy our cigars all around the world, and we're just getting more foothold in a lot of different countries, and including Asia. So we're very happy and content about that. And the market's really growing.
Right. No, I could see that for sure. So now with your son being involved, when do you actually pass the baton and enjoy a retirement? Well,
he's a young guy. Why do you want him?
He's in Miami. I think he wanted to travel more, do less events.
No, it's quite the opposite. I love it. People, my CFO said, why do you do all these events? And I said, because I love it. Nobody comes up to me and says, I'm going to a funeral and eat a box of cigars, or I'm getting divorced and getting screwed. Yeah, they're happy to see. And when I spoke at the Hall of Fame function this weekend in New England, one of the things I said was, I'm more fired up and more motivated than ever, and I'm certainly not going anywhere. I'm going to be 60. I feel great. I'm enjoying working with my son and our team in Miami, our sales team around the country. Still travel with them and still enjoy it. And I love it. So listen, I think I got the greatest job in the world. I said that in that video that you guys put out. And I really feel that way. I love what I do. I really enjoy it. I couldn't imagine sitting in four walls being retired. I'm not much of a golfer. I'm not much of a fisherman. There's only so much you can do. I have this analogy, and my dad taught me this. I think work is good. you know, we've been taught, you know, especially with some of these administrations, that work is bad and so on. I really enjoy the work. I really did. I've only had 3 jobs in my life. I tried to do the best at every one of them, and I enjoyed every one of them. I made them the best they could be. And I think as Americans, we got to change our mindset. We were famous for our work ethic and stuff. And
True.
especially the youth today, you know, it's kind of changed a little bit. They work really hard to not work. And I enjoy working. I ain't going anywhere, and I feel great. So
that's fantastic.
Well,
That's
a much smarter man than me had once said, if you do what you love, you're never going to work a day in your life.
true.
So,
I told you
can
that,
say
right?
that, but listen, I used to bag trash in a campground. I hated it, and I said, "Well, let me look at this a different way. I'm taking away the trash from these people, so they don't have to smell it in front of their campgrounds." And I always try to make a positive in everything I ever did, whether it was pitching papers for the Miami Herald or being an air traffic controller in the military, whatever I did. I always tried to. Everybody complained about their jobs. I always thought it was such a waste of time. Look at the best of everything in what you do. Look at the glass, like Ronald Reagan said, half full instead of half empty. And I was blessed. I mean, I got paid to work, so that was really cool. You know what I mean? I enjoyed it.
I mean, being an air traffic controller for the military, that had to be stressful.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of stressful things. Try to run a business. That's even more stressful. I always said, I always said air traffic control is like playing a video game without having to put a quarter in it. Well, today $2 in or whatever a video game costs. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was stressful. You couldn't make a mistake, or if you did, you'd kill a lot of people. And back in those days, you know, I worked for the FA. Thanks to President Reagan, the controllers were outstanding in those days, and it was very rigorous. And you didn't see all the
best. It was the best of the best.
Yeah, today you see all these runway incursions and stuff, and I'm wondering what are they doing today? It's you know, and I worked at really busy airports. I worked at Miami. I worked at the busiest airport.
Oh my God!
In the military. Yeah. So yeah, I loved it. It was a lot of fun. It's a great job.
Very cool.
It was a great job.
But stressful still.
So I have to learn more about this. This is the first 30th anniversary Maduro that I'm smoking today. And first impressions, again, fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Chocolatey, the retrohale, perfect, and draw. So important. Construction, beautiful. I mean, when you look at the cigar, it's flawless.
Burns beautifully.
Burns perfect.
Yeah, the draw, fantastic. Right on the money.
And chocolatey. This is a chocolate lover's cigar right here. I mean, if you don't like,
there's my wife Janine.
There she is. She's in charge of all the social media.
Hey,
hello. She's the best at social media, that's for sure.
Yes, she is. But
well,
no,
I'm gonna have to keep some of these in my humidor. I always keep the 20th anniversary in my humidor. I love that cigar. That's one of my favorite from your line. This is gonna have to be the next now. This is really good.
Yeah, thank you. This was a very special cigar. This was, of course, to commemorate our 30th anniversary, and a lot of love and labor was done on this cigar. It's from our 2006-2007 crop, filler, binder, and wrapper. It's probably the only cigar in the world that says tobacco that old and all the components, and it's doing extremely well. We only sell it in 105 cigar stores, and sometimes less is more. We want to make sure that all our retailers are always in stock position to sell the brands. That's why 12-year double-aged vintage and 30th are in literally 1% of the stores. They're doing a phenomenal job, and the retailers are doing, and we're going to try to keep opening up little by little, but we want to make sure every time we open up a store, that store is always going to be able to get those cigars. I never made $1 off a back order, and nor have any of our customers made money off a back order. And my dad always used to have a saying, nobody should wait in line to give you their money. And
that's a great
the retailers need to have cigars.
Absolutely.
And
right.
You know,
and I think that's one of the problems that you're seeing in the industry is a lot of times cigars are back ordered, and then people are waiting. And then not only is the retailer antsy, but your customer is antsy because they're like, okay, when is this cigar coming? You know,
right.
And then they move on. Just like anything, people move on to the next thing.
Exactly.
Sure.
You want to provide them with the product that
supply and demand. You know, you got to have that supply there all the time. It's got to be consistent.
Yeah, it hurts so many people. It hurts the salesman because he can't sell the cigars. It hurts the retailer because he works hard to get somebody on a particular cigar. Then the consumer likes the cigar and then he can't get it, right? it's a big loss for everybody. So we're really cognizant of making sure that we can supply each one of our retailers. I'm proud to say that this year so far, we probably supplied our retailers all around the world at plus 99%, which is about as good as it's going to get. And we're happy with that. And I think our retailers are happy, and they can continue selling cigars, and our consumers can continue enjoying the Perdomo cigars.
Right. I mean, makes sense. Makes sense. Is there any advice that you would give someone who is just starting out in the business, or maybe has a boutique brand and they're trying to grow their business? What advice would you give them?
Well, they're going to have to go on the road and work. You know, I've had a lot of famous people ask me if I could make cigars for them, and I've told them no. And they said, why? All the other manufacturers say I should do well. And I said, well, I don't believe they're telling you the truth. The truth of the matter is, unless you're going to go out on the road,
right,
and propel your brand, you're not going to do that, because you got a lot of other things to do, and it's not your main function. You're not going to do it. So I tell all the young people who want to get in, they're going to have to get in a car like I did and ride for thousands and thousands of miles, days not being home, and be on the road. Still to this day, I mean, I have millions and millions of miles on American Airlines because I'm consistently traveling, seeing our consumers and our retailers. That's part of the job, and a lot of people don't want to do that. And if you don't want to do that, there's no secret to this business. You got to work your ass off like in any other business. You know, I started out of a garage with my wife. It certainly wasn't easy, and my wife was very helpful too, because she supported my vision and my passion to do this, where a lot of wives would say, hey, you got to be home. You got to help me with the kids. My wife took all that responsibility, knowing that I was doing the right thing. I wasn't at a bar drinking. I was working, and she respected that. And she helped me. I give her a lot of the credit. Also, my family. You know, my mother's 91 years old, still works with the company. Wow. My dad worked till, you know, he passed away. My Uncle Tony worked with the company till he passed away. My brother is a sales rep for us in South Florida. He's been with me for 3 decades, does a great job. And I have a lot of great salesmen out there that are very dedicated to the craft of selling our brands. And they understand, they have a passion for the brand too, because they love it. They've been to the factory. They know our employees. They've seen it, and they know how passionate we are. I want my customers to be happy. I always say it takes 10 years to get a customer. It takes 3 seconds to lose one. And right. I'm resolute about that. Believe me, I believe that. So you guys talked about construction and how the cigars draw. We draw test every single cigar we make. Not 10%, not 20%, not 90%, 100%. If a cigar doesn't draw, it shouldn't be put in a box of cigars or in a box. And if someone pays for 20, 24, 25 cigars or 30 cigars, they should enjoy every single one of them. And I'm picky, so I think they have every right to be picky with me.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Fact, yeah, that is the fact. I mean,
and we've all experienced that. You bought a box of cigars, and all of a sudden, there's a couple that are horrific, you know, and you say, wow, you know, I just got beat out of like maybe 10 cigars, or you know, whatever it may be, you know. And I've had that experience.
It's such a hard thing to consistently get, because you're talking about a hand rolled natural product. So I mean, to get that consistency, cigar after cigar after cigar, I mean, that's passion.
Yeah, it is.
It's certainly not easy, but what I do is I don't change my rollers from any sizes. They stay on the same size, and I give them step increases and pay them more, which makes them happy. So I have guys that made Robustos with me for 25 years. You know, once you make Robustos for 25 years, day in, day out, you're pretty good, you know, regardless of the size. I just
know what you're doing.
Yeah. So I've been blessed with that. Yeah.
Big time, big time.
No, that's awesome. But, you know, the whole thing, like you said earlier, when you have a team behind you that is putting it all in and making you look good, because your name's on it. You know, when you put your name on it, you know, you want to make everything good, and the people that are working for you believe in you, and they're happy with what's going on with the company and all. They're going to give it your all, and when they give it their all, that makes you look even better. And then that's how you bought the cigar company yourself. Just the other day, you received it. I think it was 3 of you up there that received the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Dominican Republic, Honduras, and Nicaragua. Same 3 guys who started out a little bit after me, but during the tough times, and they made it. And then look, 30 years later, they're we get inducted into the Cigar Hall of Fame from a guy that I have a tremendous amount of respect for, which is David Garofalo, the owner of Two Guys Smoke Shop, who's been in the industry for 39 years. And it's really been a linchpin in the premium cigar business, and I'm proud to call him a very great friend of mine too.
Dave is awesome, and what he does up there is unbelievable. And I saw pictures on his Facebook page, and it was a full house. And what a great thing that he did. And again, congrats to you on the honor. And what a perfect time, 30-year anniversary. And you know, the cigars are, as you can see, the other three guys talked highly of it. I'll talk highly of this one. A nice, creamy, smooth. It's got a little caramel taste on the Connecticut box. Fantastic. This is wonderful. Thank you so much.
It just won best brand. It just won best brand of the year in Cigar Journal last week at the Cigar Trophies. Got 2 93s in Cigar Aficionado, and it's gotten just got a 94 in Cigar Journal. It's been getting super high scores in all the periodicals. And what I'm even more proud of is that the consumers that are smoking them are enjoying them. The retailers, I keep in close contact with them, and I'm asking them consistently, how do people enjoy the cigars? And they're loving them, and I'm really happy about that.
So Nick, with your farm there in Nicaragua, how much tobacco do you use that's local from your farm as opposed to other tobaccos that you're sourcing?
Well, pretty much 100% of the tobacco that's grown by our family is used in our cigars. We only buy Connecticut seed wrappers from Ecuador, from the Perez family. We've been buying wrappers from them for almost 29 years. So they're the best growers in Ecuador, and they're excellent at Connecticut seed tobacco. And I try to stay in my lane. I'm good with our proprietary seeds that we grow in Nicaragua. We have 17 farms in the 3 most fertile regions of Nicaragua, which is the Jalapa Valley, the Condega Valley, and the Esteli Valley. And we're completely vertically integrated. We have our own genetics team, and I'm really proud of that. And that's where our consistency comes from, being vertically integrated.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a lot of folks chiming in. We've got someone who's on YouTube. I'd love to have Nick at my home, but it won't likely ever happen. So here I am interacting online. This is the future of the community. And he's so right, because it gives people an insight into who you are, your company, your family. And I think that's what the internet has allowed, and that deeper connection for people with their cigar maker, which we haven't had earlier. 30 years ago, you couldn't do this.
Yeah, you couldn't sit down with somebody on a one-to-one and like discuss things.
Right.
No, it wasn't available.
So we're very fortunate to have that now. But I think it also, more people are, I'll say, better educated about cigars now than they ever been. So I think the critique level is higher, right? The expectation is higher. So I think it's up the game for all the manufacturers.
Absolutely.
Because 100%. And I love that, because there's no one more harder than me on my company and myself. So I warrant that. And it's kind of funny. You never know. I might come to your house one day. It depends where you live. It's crazy. Janine will tell you, I've been to a lot of consumers' homes. People invite me, and I'm like, I'm not doing nothing. I'll come over, I've made a lot of friends in 30 years from meeting a lot of consumers. Thank you.
Now, a question for you, how many SKUs does the Perdomo brand have now? And then what can we look forward to in 2025?
Well, we have the 10th anniversary, the 20th anniversary, the 30, the 12-year, and between the 3 wrappers and 5 shapes and sizes, we have close to 150 SKUs. And we're actually going to come out with a new cigar I haven't really talked about, and that'll be out in the spring of 2025. It's a very special cigar for me, because it's to commemorate my 60th year on this earth. And it was my son. My son started this a couple years ago. We have this great wrapper operation we have in the Esteli Valley that we grow under shade, which is very unique for Cuban seed tobacco. And this wrapper's phenomenal. A lot of people tell you I'm a tobacco collector because I have tremendous amounts of well-aged stock tobacco. But we haven't used this wrapper. We're looking for a project to do it. So my son said, Dad, I want to make a cigar for you to commemorate your 60th anniversary. I said, Nicholas, I don't think anybody cares about me being 60 years. And my son said, well, I do, Dad. And I mean, it makes the hair on my arm stand when your son says something like that. He said, but I do. And I would like to do something for you. I love you. I want to do something for you. And that was very special. So we've worked hard on that brand for the last couple years. And we've really zeroed in with our tasting team on what we wanted. And we have that cigar actually being made in Nicaragua. And it's going to be called Perdomo Legacy. Again, the first start's going to be 100 cigar stores. The packaging is phenomenal. We've even had our packaging partners in Holland come in. They've flown in personally to work on this project together with Arthur Kemper and my son and our team in Miami. And it's going to rock people's socks off. Not only the cigar, but the look of it. It's just so beautiful and elegant. I think all our stuff is, but this one is even.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this one's even. You got to see it.
Okay.
You got to see it.
Okay.
It's nothing like you've ever seen in the cigar industry. And the great thing about it is, I've always thought our cigars were better in our packaging, and Arthur really brought it back up, where our packaging and our cigars are really, really top notch. And this thing just takes it over the edge, and I think people are really going to love it.
Okay.
Is it going to be a limited edition, or is this going to be part of the line?
No, it's going to be part of the line. It's only going to come in one wrapper the first year, because this is the wrapper that we grew at the Natalie farm, named after my daughter and Esteli. So we're going to use those wrappers for the first evolution of the cigar. But no, I don't like the limited edition stuff. I want stuff that people can enjoy time in and time out, because once they love a cigar, I want them to be able to enjoy it. You know, I was just in Houston, Texas, and the guy said, I've been smoking Perdomo Reserve Champagne for 21 years. It's my cigar. It's consistent. It's like Coca-Cola. It never changes. I love it. That's what I smoke. That's what I work for. That's what I want to hear. A guy told me, I've been smoking Perdomo Habano for 19 years. I've been smoking, 20th anniversary since you had it for 12 years. You want legacy brands where people can enjoy them time in, time out. It makes it easier for the consumer. It makes it easier for the retailer. And it's hard for us because we do everything in plot numbers. So to be able to have an exact dosage or a correct blend is very important for us. We want that cigar, regardless of how we blend it, we want it to taste identical every time. So how we do it is we separate it in lot numbers so the cigar is consistent, whether it be light tobacco from Esteli and medium tobacco from this valley or vice versa. We want consistency, and that's why we've been able to have these brands out for decades and people still love them.
Right. That's probably the most difficult thing to do over time, especially over a 30-year time. I mean,
not easy, but we get it done. We have a great team. We have a great agronomy team, and we have incredible farms, and we have a tremendous amount of grounds that we grow. We're growing over 1,000 acres of land in Nicaragua, which is a lot for tobacco. We're one of the largest growers in cigar tobacco in the world.
Nice.
And we can do that, and we work with a lot of technology and a lot of the best resources, and we're really blessed that we can grow tobacco. And with my personal opinion, grows the best cigar tobacco in the world. And that's the country of Nicaragua, bar none.
So I'm sure from a archival standpoint, your record keeping has to be pretty impeccable in order to create that.
It absolutely is. But anybody who knows me will tell you that we're extremely anal, and I take that.
That's your military background.
Yeah,
that's what the military does.
Absolutely, I take that as a badge of honor, to be quite honest with you. And I work for my consumers. I wouldn't be successful if it wasn't for them. And for me to be successful, I have to give them the best I have. And we think about that every second of the day. And that's important to us. Like I said earlier, I'm picky. I buy certain brands and certain things because I know they work and I like them. But everything we do, we try to do it the very best. Even the cotton on our T-shirts, the cotton we use in our hoodies, the lighters that we give away, or the cutters. We work with the best manufacturers, and we want the best. The way we take care of our seed strains and how we come up with everything, the grounds and what we use. You know, we even have our own worm farms to produce our own organic matter. These are things that most people don't do. It's expensive, but it's worth it, and that's how you build longevity. And look, I got a big thing I have to do. I have grandchildren now, and I gotta keep a legacy for them going, and also for my son, you know, in the future. So, you know, there's no stone that's left unturned. That's really the truth.
Wow. Will your daughter be any part of this in the future, or she's going a different way with the kids and all?
My daughter is a full-time mother. And
Okay.
I think that's the toughest job in the world, and I'm so proud of her. She's raised my granddaughter Stella and my granddaughter Olivia. She just recently turned 2 months old. My daughter's really busy. She has a law degree, and she's super smart. I'd love to have her on the team in the future, but what's more important, especially in today's day, is having a full-time mother. And she does a wonderful job, and my son-in-law Andrew's a great father, and I'm blessed on the other side with my son Nicholas, with my granddaughter Lucia, and his wife Lauren, who is just a phenomenal mother too. And we're blessed that she's a stay-at-home mom too. You know, one of the most important things today in family is to be able to have a full-time mother, right, and being there. Those are the things that a lot of us got to experience at our age. Today, very few do, because especially today, the last 3.5 years with the cost of living, inflation, and everything, it's a disaster. Yeah. So it makes it hard for young couples. A lot of times they have to have 2 working families just to make ends meet. I mean, everything is literally doubled in cost in the last 3.5 years. So, yeah.
Totally crazy.
We're gonna put you on the hot seat here for a little bit, since we're talking about family, and we got a question from the audience, and they want to know, what cigar is your wife's favorite?
That's easy. My wife loves the Perdomo Reserve Champagne.
Oh, there
you go.
That's her cigar. That's her cigar, and that's what she's smoking right now. Come over here. Like, I'll even show you.
Yeah.
She's smoking a cigar here in front of me.
She's answering on Facebook. Everybody,
see,
how are you?
Yeah, I don't lie. That's what she likes. So, and we're blessed. We stay out here in our balcony, and we smoke cigars together, and we watch TV. It's beautiful. We live blessed. We live on the beach.
And you traveled so many places. How was the Italian trip? I saw quite a beautiful pictures there.
Phenomenal. We love Italy. We're blessed that we actually have a distributor from Italy, distributed. We have Toscana. You're talking about a company that's been in business, 175 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Stefano Mariotti and his team have done a wonderful job with our brand in Italy. And Italy's special to us because we love Italy, especially my wife and I. We usually travel to Italy every single year. And listening to you guys with your last names with all the valves, I was wondering if you guys were Irish Catholic from Alabama or something. So.
I think we're closer on your wife's side of that part.
I know. My humor.
That's all right, and it's all good. We love it. Hey, before I forget, Kyle, would you put the special hashtag on, because we got like 13 more minutes of Nick, so we want to make sure our listeners get in on that.
We got a lot of watchers right now. A lot of viewers.
So explain, Kyle, because there's so many new people on here tonight. Explain exactly what's going on.
So this is for our raffle at the end of the show. Hashtag Perdomo. Got to be on Facebook, YouTube to get this in. You got to be at the end of the show to get the prize, but it's going to be for the prize pack at the end of the show. And if you get it in, you're going to be drawn. You got to be here. We're going to draw again, and we're going to keep going until somebody gets it. So you got to make sure you get your hashtag in for the prize, and you got to stay to the end.
I know. Ron has a couple of things that we're going to give, right, Ron? Wise, and Nick might throw in a little something or other. I don't know. We could throw it out at him. You might throw a
postcard.
A postcard from Italy. You could send you a postcard.
Yeah, we'll throw something better than that in. Not a problem.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give my personal, because I got 2, because Teresa and I buy a lot of Perdomos. So I went to an event, and I'm going to give somebody my personal Perdomo Army hat, guys.
Nice.
All right?
Very
Look
nice.
at that. Since I have 2, I don't mind giving one away.
only
Look at that flag, right? Red, white, and blue, right there. Just to have that flag is everything. But look at that hat. I got a Perdomo Army hat for
Beautiful.
for that. I've got an ashtray from Vertigo. It's one of those portable ones that you can carry in the car. And look, it's still in the plastic. Here, it's brand new.
All right.
All right. So we got that. And with those cigars that maybe Nick might be sending out to you, we'll have a lighter from Oliva Cigars, one of our sponsors.
Very nice.
So we got a lighter. So you're ready to rock and roll when that all comes in. Will you wear your Perdomo Army hat? You got your ashtray, you got a lighter, maybe some cigars.
For Israel, as well as against a package for Ukraine.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm just curious. Are you guys hearing the rumbling by any chance on your end? We're getting a storm rolling in.
We're having like
lightning, thunder is happening right now. Out of nowhere, it just rolled in. Okay.
Not hearing it. It's all good.
Oh, good.
Here it's pretty calm.
Nice. So anything new that you'll be showing at the PCA in New Orleans this year? Or is that the one you mentioned earlier in spring?
Yeah, we're gonna show the new legacy that'll be coming out. We have Perdomo factory tours coming starting at the end of January, rolling through March, and this year we're gonna allow the consumers and the retailers to actually smoke them on the trip. They're gonna be able to taste them and try them on one of our tasting panel days, and I think we're gonna be opening up some more accounts on 12-year double age vintage in New Orleans, and we'll possibly open 3 to 5 extra stores in New Orleans at the trade show for the 30th anniversary. And listen, we believe that we have a lot of cigars for our retailers. I don't know how some of these guys come up with new brands every day. Maybe I'm dumb, but it takes me a long time. It takes me about 3 years to really come up. There's a lot of trials and tribulations where we're tasting. And you got to remember, I got a tasting panel. My tasting panel has close to 380 years of smoking experience between everyone. And we really try to pinpoint the cigars not only do we think are great, but we think you guys are going to enjoy. That's the most important thing, because we work for you in reality. So that's the honest truth. So it takes me a long time to come out to build brands. And I think the humidors are pretty full. And, to come out with something new every year, it's unfeasible for me, and I think it's unfeasible for the retailer. I think what they're looking for is they're looking for standard brands. They want Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Sprite. Right. I don't think they're looking for Diet and Fanta, watermelon Fanta anymore. You had brought out a point that I was one of the few boutique makers. I was, and I actually made the cigars. Whether it was in my garage or in my small facility on Flag. There's a lot of cigars out there today. Not a lot, but some of them they're made by other factories and people just put their bands on them or their names. And to me, it's kind of disingenuous. I don't think you're really a cigar maker if you're not actually producing the cigars and, working with the tobacco and so on and so on. So
I like your philosophy, Nick. That I agree with you on that. Build what's good and take time to make the next exceptional cigars. Some guys are just rushing and putting it out there. Just work on what you got, make it great. Get it out there to everybody, and then people will ask for more. But yes, you do have a lot of SKUs, but I like that you're taking your time to build a company right.
I'm sorry. I always say quality always is going to bring quantity,
right?
And I'm a big believer in that. It's not just throw things up against the wall and hope they stick. Right. The average lifespan of a cigar. I was talking to Eric Newman about this a couple years ago. We were talking maybe a year or two. I'm proud that 10th anniversary's been out for over 2 decades, and Perdomo Habano's been out for over 2 decades, and we have a brand already that's out that celebrates our 3rd decade in the industry. And I think that it's really nice. I was just recently at a retail store, and a guy showed me a box of Perdomo champagne. It wasn't even the 10th anniversary. It was the initial run. He goes, "I want to show you this box." I said, "Oh man, that's the initial box." He goes, "I bought this box. This is my son. And I bought it for him when he was born. Wow. And today I'm buying 5 boxes of Perdomo Reserve Champagne, the 10th anniversary. You know what it's for? Those 5 boxes are for my son who's going to get married." Wow. And that's when you see how special you do things. And he said, and my son and I have been smoking these cigars for the last 3 years when he started smoking cigars. Nice. And now he's going to celebrate his marriage smoking cigars that I bought a box from when he was born. To me, that's the beauty of being in any industry, is having longevity, not just coming out with some limited edition thing or seasonal brand or something. And that's fine if it works. Believe me, I'm not saying anything bad about that. It's just not of our mantra. Our thing is day in, day out consistency, enjoying it, and that your friends and your family members can enjoy it from time and, you know, from years to come. That's what we're working for. Look at some of the great brands. They've been out for generations. That's what we want. That's what I want to leave my legacy to my family, to my son, to our workforce in the future. And my job is to produce the very best cigar that money can buy, to give them ammunition when they go out to sell it, because those guys are working their butts off when they're going to the cigar stores and selling them. And we want to keep growing in the humidors with the retailers, and we want to keep, you know, putting our footprint and making a bigger and bigger footprint so we can get more of the cigar communities all around the world to enjoy Perdomo cigars.
Right, right.
Well, you're certainly on the way.
The retailers only have X amount of space too to give you. So these guys who keep putting out a new cigar every 2-3 months, well, good luck. You know, there's no space for it.
Yeah, and what I'm blessed about is because our sales team works so hard and they're so diligent, and our brands are, I think they're excellent. I think the retailer is giving us more and more shelf space and finding room to give us more and more shelf space to merchandise our product correctly, because not only do our cigars turn, but we're always going to feed them cigars. Right. And if they carry sufficient backstock, which they should do if they're serious in business, they're going to be able to turn a lot of money and pay a lot of their direct costs. They're going to be able to pay their rents. They're going to be able to pay their employees and so on and so on. And that's what we're cognizant about too.
So I've got William Cole saying, I'd love to visit one of the factories. Now, when is that factory tour happening?
Yeah, we do those. We start this year. It starts on the 25th of January, and it goes on all through the month of February into March. And we'll have hundreds of people coming in to the factory. It's a phenomenal tour. They can call the factory at 305-627-6700 and ask for Juan Lorenzo if they want information on the tour. And it's inexpensive. It's phenomenal. I always hear in the comments section, trip of a lifetime. I've never seen anything like this. I've been to the Dominican Republic, Honduras, Nicaragua, Cuba. I've never seen anything like this. And we give them the whole tour. I mean, you're not going to the beach or visiting a volcano in Nicaragua. We don't have time for that because we do it all. You're going to see everything from seed all the way to the finished product till you see the products going into the container. We bring you in to our tasting panels. It's you see all fermentation, aging, curing, sorting, selecting. We don't go to the factory and say they're making Churchills and Robustas, let's go have drinks. No, we're on that factory floor for 3 hours. We're showing you the good, bad, and the ugly, draw testing. I mean, everything you can think of, quality control from step 1 all the way through step 18. And they love it because that's what they're there for. Look, if you're looking for a drunk fest, you can stay at home doing that. We want you to learn.
What happens to the cigars that get kicked out when you do your draw testing?
What we do if a cigar gets kicked out is we actually bring the operator in or the roller, and we showed him what he did wrong. We actually pay people to flatten all the material out. The ligero in the middle gets crushed because of the press, and we deduct 10%, and we allow the man to make the cigar over again, which incentivizes him because he gets to do it. A lot of times what we'll do, if it's the first time, we'll have him smoke the cigar, and we'll tell him, that's why, aren't you frustrated? That's what we don't want our consumer to have to go through. And we teach them. It's a lesson building thing too. It's not just a punishment thing. We want them to learn. Yeah. And look, because I don't change guys for the most part. I mean, we kick so little out. It's less than 0.9% of our production. The average roller makes about 113,000 cigars a year. The average roller gets anywhere between 8 to 12 kickouts in a whole year. It's literally nothing. Wow. Yeah, but I'm going to tell you something. That's 8 or 12 cigars that never get into the hands of a consumer, and you multiply that by all the rollers, it can add up. And I'm just a big believer that every cigar you smoke should draw perfectly. And I even have a YouTube channel teaching people how to perfectly cut, light their cigars, because sometimes it's operator error. You know, a guy will tear off a band on a cold cigar, and the wrapper will rip. And I just had a consumer complain. I'm the one who answers all the consumers' complaints. he had bought a box of cigars, and the cigars, he said the cigar didn't draw. And I said, well, what do you mean? Did you use a cutter? What kind of cutter did you use? He said, I used no cutter. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, it's my first box of cigars. When I buy them from the drugstores, they have holes in them already. And I said, well, they don't. And I said, it's not even funny. I said, I feel bad. Did you tell the retailer it was your first premium cigar? And he said, I did. He said, well, if I was the retailer, I would have sold you a lighter. I would have sold you a cutter. I would have sold you a can of fuel. And I would have taught you how to smoke that cigar. It's not your fault. And I'm going to return the 2 cigars, even though it wasn't. He said, no, you don't have to do that. I said, I do want to do that because you're my customer for the rest of your life if I do that. And that's why I'm doing that. But you should have been taught. So this YouTube channel, most of it's educational at Perdomo Cigars. And the reason I did that is because I want people to really enjoy their cigars. I notice that most people don't cut their cigars right. They don't like their cigars right. And they miss a lot of enjoyment because of that.
Right.
Yeah. They really do.
Yeah.
Right. Fantastic. Wow. Well, it's 9 o'clock, Nick, and we promised we'd get you off. Yes. So that's what we're going to do.
What I'll tell you what I'll do. I can do another 5 minutes if you guys have the time. Yeah.
Perfect. I got the other tube on. He's not on. They're not on yet. Just to let you know, between us.
Okay, my wife has let me know we're having like a little party here with some friends. So when it comes on, so it's not on just yet. But yeah,
tell your friends to join in.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's have a party for sure. Definitely.
Well, we're rooting for our friend JD Vance. Okay.
Yeah. There you go. We have no problem saying that on this show either.
Nor do I. Listen,
this is what we got for him.
I respect everybody's opinion. Look, that's why my family left the communist country. I don't know why people, if they different opinions, they have to fight and become, numbskullish. That's one of the things about being an American.
Right.
Yeah. None of us can understand how the other side is thinking and what people are thinking. We just don't get it. We really don't.
But I respect everybody's opinion.
Right.
People are wrong.
Yep.
I love it. No, but that's awesome.
Nick, going, if you ever are traveling and you find yourself in a city and you're traveling and you go to a cigar lounge, like the best thing that I love about your brand is like I know what I'm gonna get with your cigars. So like if I'm in a city and I don't have any cigars with me, I can pick up a Perdomo and relive the fantastic smokes that I get day in and day out from Perdomo. Like I can pick up a Perdomo in Tampa, Chicago, LA, wherever, and I know I'm gonna have that singularity enjoyment of that cigar everywhere I go.
Yeah, thank you for that. That's music to my ears. That's what I want. If you talk about 30th accounts, Corona Cigars, Jeff Borschwitz, an old friend of mine, he carries the brand too. We've been doing business together since his inception. I'm really proud of him. He's done a really great job building a great set of retail stores in Central Florida.
He's got 5 great shops right now, and Jeff himself, he's just an amazing guy. He's been there from the beginning. He's been involved deeply, and he's fighting for the rights of all this tobacco and the leaf lovers in this country. And we hope we'll continue on winning in the courts, because we need that. We really, really need that.
No doubt about it.
And you are a leader in the business.
And these elections are very important for that too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Not only just the presidential election, but also the Congress and Senate.
Yep.
There's no secret to who our enemies are in the cigar industry, and I hope the cigar lovers out there are cognizant about it and know the guys that support.
I really don't know if they are.
Support their right. Support their right to smoke cigars.
I honestly don't know if they are aware of it. I think more people have to talk about it.
Yeah, they take it for granted, Ron. That's what a lot of cigar smokers do, take things for granted, and that's why they should join like CRA, Cigar Rights of America. You need to be involved, because we're a small community when you think about it. Nick, it's not that large a population that continues to get squeezed.
But not only that, Frank. I mean, you think about it's like they're trying to take so many of our rights away in general. Let's get government out of our business. Plain and simple.
Amen. Well, gentlemen, I really appreciate you having me on. I really enjoyed it. I'd love to come back anytime.
Well, now I got your number. I will call you in 2025 because we really would love to have you back for a little bit longer next time. And
Count on it.
Stuff.
You got it.
Thank you.
Count on it.
Have a great one. Appreciate it. I'll let you know
Thank
the
you.
winner.
Thanks for everybody. Thanks for everybody listening. I appreciate all your business too.
Yeah,
Thanks for listening
definitely.
to me. Thank you guys. Have a great night.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. Thank you, and we'll get back to you with the winner. Thank you.
Thank
For
you
all
very
everyone
much.
else listening, please hold on because we got the prizes coming up. So Kyle put on the hashtag for everybody to listen. Don't leave yet, folks. Don't leave yet. You got an opportunity here to win cigars from Nick and our prizes also. So stick around. Don't leave yet. All right. Kyle, put on the hashtag. Everybody, right now, put on your hashtag.
Hashtag Perdomo. You know it.
Hashtag Perdomo. Hashtag Perdomo.
Well, we got a lot of people that came in late. Can you just throw it up on there? We got a lot of people jumping on.
We're gonna go
holding on.
we're
And
gonna
a lot of new people.
We're gonna do a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll get into all that.
Yep. Right after these words from our
Stick around, folks. Stick
happen
around.
to
Don't
be
lose us.
great sponsors, by the way.
Another day in paradise, slanging cigars.
Howard G Cigars is a dynamic new cigar brand grown from a love for cigar culture and a respect for the artisanship behind the craft. We are a minority-owned family business based in Orlando, Florida. Our current collection delivers 3 exclusive lines: the Black Moses, Magic Stick, All Pro Series, featuring Leon Searcy's signature cigar and Ike Taylor's one-of-a-kind, and the newly released Perfect Round, featuring 18 cigars, a front 9 and a back 9. Visit our website at www.howardgcigars.com. You can find a full list of our retail partners there too. Thank you for making us part of your humidor.
This is Phil Morgan, General Manager of Missouri Meerschaum Corncob Pipes in Washington, Missouri. Our mission since 1869 has been to produce great smoking pipes that anyone can afford. We guarantee our pipes won't be your most expensive, but they just might be the ones you smoke the most. At Missouri Meerschaum Company, we don't just sell our corncob pipes. We grow them, make them, and smoke them. Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Missouri, since 1869.
Loyalty, passion, courage. These are the founding principles of K by Karen Berger Cigars. The Maduro, the Habano, and the newly rated 93 by Cigar Journal Connecticut. Do yourself a favor and check out this wonderful line of cigars that come from a completely linear company from seed to your hands. A family of 4 generations in tobacco. It started in Odense, Denmark 141 years ago, 1882, with a factory and a retail store by Eric Peter Stokoby. 4th Generation is a premium quality brand consisting of a selection of tin and loose tobaccos made in Denmark, pipes made of the finest quality briar, and superior accessories from leather goods, lighters, and pipe tools. The selection of 4th Generation products are available in premium pipe and cigar stores in the US and many European countries. Check out 4thGenPipeTobacco.com.
All righty, folks. We had a lot of new viewers tonight.
Good.
It was a great audience. You guys, thank you so very, very much. Make sure you put in hashtag Perdomo either in Facebook or YouTube for a chance to win tonight's great prizes.
Do it right now
Do it
because the show's going to go off.
So it's going to go off soon, and
Right
then we're going
now.
to run the raffle. But I want to introduce people to the fact that every week we do a little trivia contest, and there's a winner. So it's a little thing that we call Stump. It used to be the Chooch,
Yeah, no
and
more.
the Chooch was the donkey, our mascot. We happen to be jackasses, so it was appropriate. But we have the Stump Saka Squatch, who happens to be our good friend, Mr. Steve Saka. And it goes kind of like this. Okay, folks, there you go. I love trivia. I love history, and to me, I love stumping these guys. So tonight, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions so the audience understands how this game is played.
Okay.
So
wait, hold on. What are we giving away for the trivia question? Because we showed.
We'll give away we're going to give away some Saka cigars.
There you go.
The trivia questions.
And let's give away a hat too. Let's give away
a Dumbarton hat.
There you go.
Well, okay. All right. So we'll stick that way. We'll do a Dumbarton hat. So you'll have your choices of 2 colors, folks. You're going to get 2 colors tonight. Here are the hats, and here are the 2 colors: a little lighter and darker one.
Yep.
2 prizes tonight?
Yeah, we're gonna have.
We're gonna do the Saka squash, and then we're gonna do the grand prize of Nick Perdomo Cigars and a personal some other items that we're gonna show. You know what? What should I show them? Why don't we do that? All right. So the grand prize for the hashtag. So everybody, get your hashtags in right away, and you're gonna get some Perdomo cigars, and then here you go. You're gonna get Perdomo Army hat, brand new. Never used.
Well, you used it, right?
Well, no. I did not put any DNA in it. Unless the winner wants some DNA in there.
Flip it over. Let's see those sweatbands in that.
There you go. This is brand new. Look at that. Not used, no sweat. I mean, I can give it to you guys. I won't do that. All right. No, we don't. My brother said no. And then we have the nub lighter by Oliva. Okay.
Beautiful.
And we're also going to have a fantastic Vertigo traveling ashtray, brand new
cup holder in your car.
Cup holder anywhere you go. If you in private parties, bring it with you. You play golf, you bring it in there. Whatever you do, it's a Vertigo. This is what it looks like inside, folks.
Very nice.
All right, brand new. So we got a few items for the grand prize, and
people keep asking for baby oil. I don't understand what the baby oils are.
Baby oil. That's a different
show. Billy, no Diddy DNA tonight. No. So hang in there. If you want Diddy, I'll set you up with him, I think.
Well, I have a couple of questions. Let's see if the audience might chime in too. I'm sure they will. But all right.
Practice. The viewers, practice answering these questions if you can. Because, they're not easy. They're free prizes, but Frank does make it a little difficult. And he makes us, Kyle, Bob, and myself look like idiots.
You gotta work for it.
You gotta work for this. So,
you gotta work for it.
What day is National Drummer Day in the United States?
Oh,
There's a National Drummer Day. Believe it or not, there's a National Drummer Day. Yes.
I'll be honest with you, I never heard of that. So you stumped me right away. Anybody in the audience? Just for the fun of it.
I don't know.
July.
Actually, National
November 15th.
November 15th is correct.
Wow.
Colin McClure, thank you very much.
Is
very
National
nice.
Drummer Day.
David Jakes, 15th.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
There's another good question. I'm keeping this along the drummer line.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay.
What was the original title for Little Drummer Boy?
Original title to the Little Drummer Boy.
The Little Drummer Boy was titled something else.
Really?
Kid Who Bangs Sticks. I don't know.
Well, that's a great question. No, I didn't even know there was another name to that. Anybody?
Carol of the Drum.
Oh,
Carol of the Drum.
Yes. Carol of the Drum.
Interesting.
Not Nancy, just Carol.
Just Carol.
Okay.
It wasn't Nancy. Nancy was too busy with Drew.
Yeah.
Anthony said Babalu. I don't know. Little Jack Horner.
Okay.
All of the Drum. All right.
It says Richard Beard, Carol of the Drum.
Wow.
Yeah. See,
Chris Cutler had that too.
I like Chad's answer, the Mighty Midget.
Yeah. So,
there you go.
In an orchestra, how many drums are in a standard set of timpani?
3.
Wrong.
Dang.
That's a Chooch answer.
2.
Wrong again.
1.
Kyle gets run. Even worse.
4.
4. 4 is the correct answer. Get you said 0. Get you? We got you. It's four.
April Wright said it, but I didn't said it first. Sorry, April. Sorry. You missed it by this much.
All right. This is a good question. Let's see if any of you get this. Not all drums are just made for making music. Slit drums, S-L-I-T, slit drums are made from hollow logs in areas of Africa and Asia, but for what purpose?
Zulu dancing.
Sending out messages.
He might be onto something. Bob's answer, he might be onto something. Actually, they are
ceremonial.
They're amongst the most important instruments played during ritual performances.
Yes.
Warfare and state pageants.
All right. I was right there.
I said warfare.
Formal visits and rites of enthronement.
Very interesting. Pretty cool.
Ooh, the slit drum.
The slit
drum, not the slit. The
slit that
drum.
past you. Wow. Okay.
All right. Here's a good question for you guys.
Oh wait, is this for us or for the audience now?
No, for you guys. For you
All right.
guys.
So our people are getting into it. I see a lot of people are practicing. So we're getting people to, especially a lot of newbies, are understanding what's going on now.
Okay, Ronnie.
All right. October 1st, this date in history marked the opening of this
Disney World.
Disney World. Kyle had
Disney World.
Disney World.
And then 11 years later,
what was it?
Epcot.
11 years later.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Now, do you know what Epcot stands for?
No.
I forget what it was called
the
too.
Eternal,
experimental something community of tomorrow.
Unless you know the answer, don't ask the question, Kyle. That's what people are gonna say.
But it's experimental protocol community of tomorrow, something like that. So
all right, you keep drinking keep drinking. Don't worry, it'll come to you. All right. Let's one more,
folks. Get your practice in.
One more for everybody, and then I'll ask the question that everybody wants to know. All right. Who rejected the chance to appear as the future villain band in the posthumous?
You might have to start again.
Who rejected the chance to appear as the future villain band in the preposterous 1978 Beatles musical Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band? Because they were worried about how playing the bad guys might affect their image.
Rolling Stones.
Nope.
The Bee Gees.
Nope. The Bee Gees.
I don't know.
No. Guess. And Nick played their pinball machine.
Kiss.
Really? Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Holy cow.
Oh, I never heard that before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
That's interesting.
You know, that's why you have me here.
Yes.
To provide.
This is the only reason.
The only reason why we have you here. Yes, right.
I provide comedy, comedic relief.
All right, folks. It's coming up right now.
All right, it's experimental prototype community of tomorrow.
There you go.
There it is. I knew it was something like that.
You knew somebody.
Well, thank you, Orlando, for giving us that information.
No,
a Floridian knows
Nelson,
it.
I think. Brad Nelson.
Oh, I saw Orlando Perez. I don't know.
Well, you know, what are you gonna do? You see a lot of things.
So just for the audience
doesn't
now?
make it true. Yes.
Okay.
All righty. All right. This is a very important question. Make sure you listen carefully. Which song on the Kiss playlist was only played once live, has no live film footage? Which song? Woo, baby!
Come on, folks. This is for you guys. This is for the first prize.
Love Gun.
Love Gun. Rock and roll all night.
No, there's a lot
Only
of
played once.
video from that.
Yeah.
A World Without Heroes.
Wrong. Good try, though.
Under the Rose.
Wrong. Good try. I'll give you a good try. Beth, no, there's 1,000 footage and it was played live.
Talk to me.
Talk
Baby
to me.
Diver,
Butter.
no. Strutter, no. Wrong.
Bobby, Baby Diver.
No.
Strutter. Keep going, folks. You're doing good. God gave rock and roll to you.
Nope. Nope.
Come on.
The
Nothing
only
to lose.
song played once live and has no.
Got love for sale.
Creatures of the Night.
Nope.
See you in your dreams.
Nope.
Oof.
Look at this. I'm
The Little Drummer Boy.
Little Drummer Boy.
Goose.
No.
Destroyer.
What?
Repeat. Destroyer.
The repeat question. Which song was only played once live and has no known live footage?
Lick It Up. See you in your dream.
Eat, shit, and die.
Eat, shit, and die.
Love.
100,000 years.
Love Gun.
Nothing to lose. No.
Come on, guys.
The disco tune.
No.
Baby Diver. Again.
Well, how long are we gonna go with this?
Kiss Me.
No.
Well, we gotta need an answer. I mean, come on.
I've got them all.
Christine 16.
Yeah.
No.
We are Kiss and we. Oh God.
we,
Talk to me. Got love. Tune on the night. Forget about Beth, folks. No Beth. We heard that already. Come on.
Let's just say,
Frank, you got a tough one.
There's something.
Old gin.
I'll give you a little hint.
Nobody knows.
It's something. It's the opposite of sour. Is the first name of the song.
Unholy. Mazapan. Nice, Brian. I like that one.
The opposite
Gene
of sour.
Simmons loves Diddy. Detroit Rock City. Talk to me.
You guys suck.
Wow. I thought we had Kiss forever.
No.
I gave you a hint, folks. It's the
Kissing
opposite
time.
of sour. Is the first.
Sweet Pain.
There you go, Bill
Anthony. Yo, Bill Anthony.
Sweet Pain.
Finally.
Finally.
Oh, congratulations, Bill Anthony.
Wow.
All right.
Dang.
That is awesome. Congratulations, Bill Anthony.
Because even Alexa had a hard time with that one.
Yeah.
Wow. Everybody hit your hashtag for the big one. Even the new guys who just joined in. Hit it right now. This is going to be your last chance for the Perdomo package, everybody.
Yep.
All right.
And
Bill
those-
Anthony.
and that-
Great
and
job.
that you're going to have that beautiful ashtray. You're going to have that lighter. You're going to have that Perdomo Army cap. And Kyle, spin the wheel, my man.
There you go, guys. Get ready to rock and roll.
When your name shows up, make sure you comment that you're still here.
You're here. We want you to say,
Yes,
I'm
you
here.
have
I
to do
didn't
that.
leave.
Yeah.
You have to do it. If not, we move to the next winner.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here
Look
we
at that
go.
thing. It's
Here we
going.
go.
It's going. It's going.
Everybody's
And-
name is in there.
Tony,
Hey.
Tony.
a fellow Greek.
Oh,
Tony,
is
Tony
Tony
the
here? I
man.
never even saw Tony. Tony,
the
you-
man.
Are you
Where
still
is Tony?
here?
Are you here, Tony?
Tony, you gotta
Hold
say,
on,
kiss
winners. Oh,
kiss
everybody,
my
hold
ass
on.
right now.
You got to say,
Tony
kiss
has-
my. There
Tony,
he is.
I am here.
He's here.
All right,
I am here. Tony
right.
the Greek. We got
Tony
the
the
Greek
Greek.
for the win.
Tony, if you have a Facebook, please reach out to me and put me on the PM, your address and information. Somehow, some way, PM me or text me at number if you want. I don't know if I can get that YouTube information, Tony. So, here's my phone number, Tony. Take it slow and text me at my phone number, 847-909-2378. I'm going to put it on there, Tony. So give me a buzz or text me.
All right, Ronnie, now.
Everybody, spam, everybody, call Ronnie right now. Call Ronnie.
Hey, I don't care. I love talking to people. It's all good. The Great Cigar and Pipe Show number. So you're going to get me one way or another.
Wow.
All right, Tony. Thank you.
That was some night.
That was a good one, man.
That was some night. I have to.
All you listeners were fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. It was
Wow.
a great crowd.
Yeah.
I hope you all come back next week. Every week we got free
what?
prizes.
Yeah, well, next week we've got a pairing episode with Joey
The
G,
Gulino.
the
Yes.
Whiskey Network, and make sure in October there's going to be a very special pairing that Bob, I, and the man Kyle there are going to be doing down in Tampa.
Yep.
We're going to have our Bricktoberfest. Bricktoberfest. And fist to fist, to fist to fist to fist to fist. It's a Bricktoberfest with our man Holden Rasmussen from, of course, JC Newman Cigars.
Newman.
And we're going to be smoking a brick house for Bricktoberfest, because it's not just Oktoberfest.
With some nice German beer.
With some nice German beer. So we'll be doing a pairing. So we're going to be recording that live at that restaurant, which I can't pronounce. Only
Mr.
Kyle.
Mr. Dunderbox.
This Mr.
Thunderbox.
Dunderbox.
Thunderbox.
Thunderbox. Thunder Chief.
Thunderbox.
Thunder Chief.
Thunder
Thunder Chief. Dirty D's.
This thunder right now. Out here.
And October 9th, I'll be doing a show also from Havana Joe's Cigar Lounge with Brian McGuire of Oliva Cigars.
Nice.
And my co-host will be the one and only Chicken Joey Gulino will be joining me.
Nice. You get a chance to see Chicken Joe again.
We're going to see Chicken Joe live.
Live. Chicken Joe live. You always
back to back.
Joe
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the cigar herf.
No,
There you go.
to taste the marzipan.
We hope you all enjoyed the show, folks. We had a great time with you
Good night,
guys.
folks.
Nick was excellent, and we'll see you all real soon. Have a great night, everybody. Love you. Thank
Good
you.
night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
And remember, don't drink too much and drive.
Why not? I always did.
Because otherwise, good night, everybody.
Tell my brothers to line them up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This ain't my first drink, but I sure it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful. I feel its love come shining through. This world is so